Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. And there's Porter over here at Gibson Street. Excuse me. And Dorchester Ave. You guys probably know where this is at. Park to your left. There's a Subway's, Dunkin' Donuts. Over that way. So this purpose of this video is to document the sidewalk condition over here on Gibson Street. They just came out of Gibson Street, police station over there. A lot of people watch my videos, so I was talking to a few people about the city of Boston being ADA compliant as far as sidewalks and better, safer streets for elderly and disabled people. And I told them I would point out things that I see. So I figure, and I told them, look out, watch my videos, just see what I put out there. So right there, we have that's a trip hazard. Somebody's foot could get stuck in there. They could trip and fall and get hurt. You got a couple of cavities there, which is, not too bad. But as we go further on, we see more trip hazards and things that can cause elderly and disabled people and handicapped people to get hurt and injured. And we always want to look out for our elders and our disabled people, because sometimes they can't look out for themselves. So we want to make sure they have a safe condition when they're walking down the street, that free from trips and falls and bruises and injuries, as much as we can do our part. And if we can't do our part, then who will do it for them? This here is not good either. Look at that. That's not good. It's more than 50% of the area needs to be done over. So there's a lot of people who watch and they observe what they see. I know Mark Means, for example, he's big on disabilities. Sid Limits, for example, he's elderly. There's another gentleman from the Disability Commission. He said to focus on this, and there's a gentleman I met last year in Franklin Park. I'm not going to say his name, but he's big on this as well. So I want to point out all these trip hazards that's on the city street that the city has yet to address, so you can kind of see what it is. This is not bad. This is an even transition right here, so which is not bad. These sidewalks could use some improvement, but overall, it's not really a major trip hazard. But as we get down further, you'll see other things that could be concerning, like this tree root that has uplifted this piece of concrete right here. This is pretty much a trip hazard. If you look at that, that's more than 3 inches high. Definitely a trip hazard. It needs to be addressed for sure. So this curb, you can tell it's been done over, but this side is not too bad of an even transition, but this over here has a little lip on it. So that could be a concern too, because for wheelchair people, you don't want that to be in the way. Even this little thing right here is considered a trip hazard. Somebody could stump their toe on that. And I ain't seen tree roots do that. They do have machinery that will grind that down, so it's kind of a smooth edge. But it has to be a certain height. This might be too high to grind down. They might have to level it off. But just want to show you guys. Now, as we get further on, you can see other stuff too. So just keep your eyes open. And I want you guys to tell me what you think. Would you want your elderly members of family to walk on an uneven sidewalk? This looks like an old gas shutoff valve that either needs to be covered up or taken out completely, because that technically is a trip hazard as well. When we get here, just at the tip of the driveway, we have an opening that needs to be patched or replaced. That could definitely be a trip hazard. When the water gets in there, it'll expand and contract and cause more problems underneath. So a lot of stuff like this, when they start spending money, you want to know where the money is being spent. And for anything, Gibson Street, this sidewalk hasn't been maintained in quite some time. So this is a concern when you get here. So if you're in a wheelchair or walker, and you're just pretty much right across the street from the police station, which is right here. This is the District 11 police station. You met with a curb. There's no ramp here. It's about a 4.5-inch curb. Now you could roll off the side here, but should you have to go into the parking lot to get off the sidewalk, you should be able to have an even transition off into this area here. Someone could get hurt on that because you shouldn't have to jump off a sidewalk without a ramp. And then you got to get back, and you can't really get up here because it's a height difference. I mean, yeah, a wheelchair might be able to squeeze in that little corner there and get over it, but should they have to do all that? Person with a walker probably can lift up the walk and keep walking, but should they have to do it? Then you get over here, look at the height difference on this ramp. It's about 3 inches from the ground, which is not good. Got some damage over here. And then this is almost 6 inches. I don't have my tape measure with me, but I'm pretty sure that's about 6 inches. Looked like somebody tried to put some asphalt there at one point before, and it risen up higher than it should have. So you got about total height 6 inches from the concrete to concrete top. We'll keep walking and see what else we see. This is not too bad. It is a height difference, maybe 1.5 inches. That might have to be addressed too, because you shouldn't have an uneven surface like that. Theoretically, when you're walking, the way it was told to me, your feet should have an even transition from section to section. If my foot is low to the ground, I can stomp my toe on it, then it has to be addressed. It's supposed to be addressed, or it should be addressed. Let's keep walking and see what else we see down here. I was told that the entire street needs to be... definitely shouldn't have no green growing between the cracks, for sure. That might have to be addressed. That sewer drain might have to be addressed too, like it's sinking. Take a quick walk and see what else we see down here. This is not too bad, but it has like a little divot. But this is not, like I said, that's not major. I don't know how that happened. That could have been from an accident or something. We're not even sure. Have a ramp right here, which has like a little mound in front of it. It's like a little hump there. I don't know why that hump is there. Maybe they try to bring the height up. So then they get another issue here. If you're in a wheelchair, you got to jump off this curb here. Now if you're in a wheelchair, this is challenging right here, because you can't expect your elderly parents or grandparents or great grandparents to just jump off on a you can't expect them just to jump off and jump back up on a wheelchair. That's not expected. This is definitely a trip hazard for sure. Then on this side here, you got one that's really kind of protruding out. Let's keep walking and see what else we see. This one looked like they might have did the driveway over at one point, causing it to be more straight, more level. And I think this is the last one right here, but this is definitely another trip hazard. Now the city does have money, and they said, should the city pay out on lawsuits or should they pay to get it fixed? And that's the question that the city has to ask and answer, because I mean, you could get lawsuits, but do you just want to fix the lawsuit before it becomes a bigger lawsuit? I mean, and I think people have told 311 about these height differences, and no one has corrected them. But I just want to document it. I'm going to walk to the very end so I can see all the areas of concern. Like this say Gibson Street, so this is Gibson Street. Up here it's not bad. I guess this route Sunday, September the 14th. Was that last? That had to be like last week. Oh, that was for the open streets. Okay, yeah, that was last week. So when you get up here, it's like this. This is not too bad. This is Gibson and Adams Street. So the concern is on Gibson Street. Everything else looks fairly decent. You're not gonna get 100%, but at the same time, you don't want trip hazards for your seniors and disability and handicapped people. Those are the people that you gotta go for their safety. Alright guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave some comments. Feel free to make a complaint with 311 and tell them Gibson Street is in sidewalks in pretty bad condition that needs to be addressed. Even something like this right here. That little stub looked like it might have been a shut-off at one point. Probably no longer works, but that shouldn't be sticking up so high that somebody's foot can hit it and trip and fall. I mean, that's supposed to be almost like the same surface as the sidewalk, pretty much. I don't know how many people that are elderly that come through here. I'm pretty sure elderly people do walk through here, though. I'm pretty sure that every area has elderly people. There's not an area in the community that doesn't have elderly, disability, or handicapped people. How you doing? Are there a lot of elderly people that walk through here? Have you seen like a lot of elderly people that walk through here though? No?
You asking me?
Yeah.
For what purpose?
Like for the sidewalk. Like see how the sidewalk has that transition? So,
I know, what purpose?
Like for handicap. Say if there's an elderly person with a wheelchair.
I know why you're asking. I'm saying, who are you?
I'm a reporter. I document what I see.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I would say so.
Yeah, okay. Just asking a question. Because I heard that they are, but I just want to get public opinion because sometimes my voice is not good enough. Sometimes other people got to hear their voice.
No, I would definitely say a lot of elderly. And then, also, a lot of people with strollers.
Strollers. Okay, gotcha, yeah.
Like, I usually have a baby with me, too.
Right, that's a very valid point. People with strollers, too.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
I would say that, yeah. I would say equal amount.
Equal amount?
Yeah.
All right, cool. I appreciate it. So he said equal amount, which he did valid point. People with strollers, people with shopping carts. The list goes on. But elderly people, handicapped, disability, baby carriages. That's a valid point. I didn't think about the stroller part, but when you say strollers, I mean, that's why I said sometimes you gotta ask people questions because you get more input. I focus more on the disability part because a person that is disabled had pointed it out to me. So, and obviously if it's ADA compliant, it's going to be compliant for people who have wheelchairs. It's going to be compliant with people with baby carriages. It's going to be compliant with people with shopping carriages, because ADA compliance is going to meet all the other requirements pretty much. And this is documenting purposes. You got to document it because they may say they were unaware of it. So when I say this Gibson Street, now they should be aware of it now, because I mean, it's not fair that you're paying a lot of tax-paying dollars that you got to jump off the sidewalk and jump back up on the sidewalk again. All right, guys, I figure I'll document this and show you what's going on. Feel free to leave some comments and suggestions and ideas, and I may not get to it right away. At some point I will read it, and you know, things might change. Catch you guys on the next one. But before I leave, I always like to do a 311 call, and the reason why I do the 311 call is to kind of document it with the video at the same time. So let's do that while we're here. And just so you don't know, there was a second alarm fire on Beard Street, and there's also one on Leslie Street in Dorchester on the early morning shift. You guys will get to see that video, and you can obviously leave some comments on that as well. They are doing the police station over. I don't know if you guys know that. They're doing like kind of like an overhaul on it, trying to make it better, they say. But while we're here, we can put a little bit of that in there too. I mean, it can't hurt. Information is always information. Whether it's good or bad, it's still information. You just gotta kind of pick and choose how you utilize the information for yourself. I mean, not all information is good information. I'm doing something wrong here. Let me get out of this. Let me try it this way. My phone is... It looks like it wants to dial the last number I was on.
Thank you for calling Boston 311.
There we go.
If you're experiencing an emergency, please hang up and call 911. Otherwise, stay on the line and one of our call takers will be right with you. Or you can use the Boston 311 app to submit service requests directly. Thank you for helping keep our city beautiful.
We'll just try to get the complaint.
311, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Okay, and you?
Good. I just want to put in a case for Gibson Street, the sidewalk in general. It's not like how would you say? It's not suitable for elderly and handicapped people to walk on because of the trip hazards they have on there.
Okay, so there's cracks and holes?
Cracks and holes, and some of the curbs are, there's no ramp where the curbs are at the driveways.
Okay, so people are put in driveway with no curb cuts?
Not so much of the curb cut, but when it crosses the sidewalk, there's a curb. So you have to step down and step back up on the other side.
Oh, yeah, that has to be there. Okay. That's actually part of it. Okay, and what's the name of the street?
It's called Gibson Street in Dorchester. It's between Adams and Dorchester.
I know where it is.
Yeah.
That's where the police station is.
Correct, you got it.
Okay, and it's Gibson Street, but what are the cross from what end to what end?
Well, the whole entire street, I walked the length of it from Dorchester to Adams, and I found quite a few areas.
Okay.
Right.
They when you're asking for reconstruction, they ask for the...
Correct. And it is on the odd side. It is on the odd side numbers.
Okay.
And can I get a case number just before you get off the phone?
Okay, as soon as I get it all typed up.
No problem.
5, a medical assist, 7 Neptune Circle, East Boston. Engine 5, a medical assist, 7 Neptune Circle, East Boston. Nearest box 6216 Neptune Circle at 9:814.
Company Dog investigating 352 Mass Ave.
Okay, and the number is 101
101
006
006
295
295. Yep.
978.
978. Thank you. I appreciate it.
My pleasure.
Take care. Have a good one. Bye-bye. All right. So I have made an official complaint with the city of Boston. They'll put it in. I don't know when they will get to it, but it'll be documented. I put it in today. So in the event I come back 6 months to a year and it's not done, then we can always call in with reference of that number and find out through the city of Boston, through the Public Works Department, what's the status on it, or if they even came to look at it. Because technically, it should be a priority. You know, disabilities, it should be a priority. I don't see why it would take so long, but
Engine 16, 52, 53, and 18, ladder 29,
Another-
and 16, rescue 2, car 8, a structure fire, 1412 Blue Hill Avenue.
another structure fire. We'll check that out. All right, guys, I head up out of here. Catch you guys on the next one.